Hello, I am going to show you a new feature that we have incorporated into KStars. With this new feature in place, KStars can resolve objects that it doesn't know about. That means it's not in any of KStars catalogs that has been loaded using the internet services. So predominantly it queries CDS Sesame, which is a front end to SIMBAD and Ned, the professional astronomical databases containing information about all sorts of objects. So let me give you a demo. Let's say I want to look at Cartwheel Galaxy, and KStars doesn't know about Cartwheel Galaxy. So when you see the Find Dialog filtered list here, there's nothing there. So normally, if you had just hit enter earlier, it would give you an error saying object not found, or KStars doesn't know about this object. But now I just hit enter or click this button, same thing, and it just takes me to Cartwheel Galaxy. And here it is, it's in Sculptor, so on and so forth. I can get its DSS image. So it behaves as if that object was already there in KStars. I can do whatever I would do with an object in KStars, like add it to the wish list or simulate eyepiece view, open it anywhere in KStars. I haven't tested ecos, but it should also open in ecos. For example, in altitude versus time, I can just find Cartwheel Galaxy, and there it is. That's a plot of its altitude versus time. So you can do this for any object. So what it's actually doing, if you look at the debug console, is that it's going to go look up query these professional databases. So it relies on the internet and gets the information and puts it in the database. So once you bring one of these, once you resolve an object through this, it's now stored in KStars database. So if you close KStars and restart it, it'll still be there. So let's do a few more examples. There's HUAG's object, which again KStars did not know about, but I could just pull up. So you could also do this for catalogs that KStars doesn't know about. I'm just trying some random PGC number, and let's see if it goes. Yeah, okay, there it is. So if you I don't know if that's a real galaxy where the real galaxy is. Anyway, so the other things I should discuss are that this is really querying SIMBAD and Ned. So all the quirks of SIMBAD and Ned apply. For example, if I want to find Able 39, which presumably I mean the planetary nebula, SIMBAD doesn't know that. SIMBAD is going to find the galaxy cluster Able 39, ACO 39. Instead, if you want the planetary nebula Able 39, you do PNA 6639. This is just one of the quirks of SIMBAD, and that's the way designations in SIMBAD work. If you are confused, you can enter it in SIMBAD, and it'll tell you, okay, so there's a picture of Able 39. So similarly, if you want Minkowski 192, the planetary nebula, M1-92 doesn't work. It says an object not found. So you should use Min 1-92 for Minkowski 192. So let's try some more examples. Butterfly nebula, and I just hit enter, and there it is, as if KStars knew about it all this while. And you could also so this feature is also designed such that it will prevent you from searching the internet for things KStars already knows about. For example, the moment I have M33, it matches, so the object M33 is in KStars, it won't let me search the internet. Of course, if it's a designation of an object that is KStars knows about, but it doesn't know the designation, like this is just a designation for M31, but KStars doesn't know that, so it actually ends up duplicating M31, right? So now there are two M31s in KStar. The other thing is, so let's say let's get Shakbazi on 166. Now if I want Shak 1, I have two options. Either I meant Shark166 and I select it and say OK, or I search the internet for Shark1. Maybe that's what I wanted to do. So in such a situation, if I just hit enter, it's going to find me Shark166. It's not going to go to the internet. But if I specifically want Shark16, I just go click there, and it'll find me Shark16. So that must be Shark16. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so finally, this feature can be turned on and off. So if I just turn off, if I click this checkbox in the settings catalogs, resolves names not known to KStars using online services. Now I've just disabled this. Maybe you want to disable it because you feel that you make a lot of typos and therefore it populates the database too much. I don't know. I haven't found a good reason to disable it, but if you want, it can be disabled. And now it behaves like it's not going to look up the internet for whatever you type. For example, it just says straight away that these things are not found. Let's try something else. Yeah, it just says that it's not found. Whereas if I enable this feature, then you get that extra search button, and you can actually search the internet, and it'll bring the object to you. The next thing is I can also enable and disable the display of these objects. So for example, let me find Herbig Harrow 1. The way this actually works internally is that KStars creates a fake catalog called _internet_result. This catalog is special in that sense that you will never see a designation that says, so if I right click on this object, it'll never show me _internet_result3 or some designation like that. So it's smart about that. Instead, it just shows me the real designation, which is HH1 in this case. But ultimately, it's essentially storing it in some sort of a fake catalog. So like any other catalog, I can just disable it, and the HH objects vanish. Of course, they're still in the menu because KStars knows about them. It's just not showing you the object. It's not drawing them on the screen. I can just go back and check that, and then it'll draw it on the screen. Right? It works like toggling any other catalog on and off. Finally, I guess that's it. I'll just go over some more of the interesting objects that you can just pull into KStars that KStars doesn't know about, like taffy galaxies, and there it is. Or you want the rose galaxies. Is that how SIMBAD calls them? Okay, it doesn't know rose galaxies. Let's try the rose. It didn't find that. Okay, let's try rose galaxy. Okay, there, it found that finally. Okay, so there's the rose galaxy, the Hubble rose. So so that's it. I really love this feature, and that's why I put in a lot of effort into coding it. I've been wanting it for years. I hope it is useful to all of y'all as well, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you for watching it.